Oh, it's live, House.
The following contest scheduled for one fall.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
You never came looking for me to prove that you're the baddest. So, I've come looking for you to prove you're not.
All over the country, people have been asking me, why, Eddie, why?
Week after week, trying to make me look like a jackass.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy. I'm home.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday. We are live. It is April the 10th, 2025. We are now into single digits away from WrestleMania. We hope you are doing well. If you're following along with us live, give us a like, give us a share, interact with us in the comments. We would appreciate that. You can get us on all of our social channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitter. We're at 3 Count Thursday. You can get us on all podcast platforms, as well as our merchandise over on tpublic.com. Probably a sale over there. If not, go check it out tomorrow, because there will probably be one. We do have the new Angry Mark shirt over there, so you probably want to head over there and check it out. We got Big Mac in the comments. How's it going, Big Mac? Welcome in, my friend. And no Mark, so we are blessed on a Thursday evening. We will see if he makes his way in. Maybe we'll let him in the door, maybe not. I'm not sure. But we will start with Matt.
You all right, sir?
Doing well. It's been a busy week, but it's almost over. Short week next week due to the holiday, WrestleMania. So
it is good stuff.
We're getting there.
There it is. Tim.
You all right, sir?
I'm good. End of the week. Very excited. An even shorter week for me next week, because my super secret science job does permanent half days on Fridays.
Oh.
So every Friday, the office closes at 1. So because we would have been closed on Good Friday, the 1 o'clock early is now Thursday.
Look at you.
And I already put in my PTO request for WrestleMania Monday off. Don't ask for me. I'm going to be up late. I'm going to be breaking my WrestleMania fever. I have stuff to do and things to watch and sleep to not get. So
beautiful.
I'm ready to ride in real hard for this. Let's go.
The great time of year. Devin says, fucking Facebook didn't give me his notification you guys are live. Devin, you should just know it's a Thursday at 8 p.m.
8-ish p.m.
8-ish p.m. Well, you should be there at 8 p.m.
8-ish p.m.
Like, I mean, I get it. We've been at 8 o'clock for what? Almost 5 full years now.
Oh God, we used to go at like 9:30, right? That was
a million years ago. Thank you, pandemic. There's been a few good things that come out of the pandemic. This is one of them. But Ryan, how's it going, bud?
You all right, sir?
Now, why did you?
On fucking real. You've never unmute me, Jim, and it's getting old.
I knew it was going to be a special week for me when Smokey ran up and jumped in my arms.
I have to unmute myself every freaking week.
You were already unmuted. I didn't mute you.
I didn't hear him.
No.
You were talking.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
When was this? Anyways, if I could have said anything, I said, it sounds like Tim's taking his good Thursday and making it a great Friday, or whatever the fuck day he's talking about. I was barely listening, Tim. I apologize. But something about a Thursday and a Friday, they're making them good or great, or Black Friday, whatever. Sounds good. I'm glad to be here. I watched wrestling. That's fucking new, right?
You did watch some wrestling this week. I was there.
I don't remember shit, but we watched
Fridays good again.
We're gonna make fuck that.
I remember the main event was a choice, or at least the ending of the main event. Big Mac, not gonna make it to Vegas this year for the
the streak is over.
I was gonna say the end of an era.
The streak is over. I blame Joe. Joe wasn't gonna go. I feel like the whole thing broke down when Joe wasn't gonna make it to Vegas.
This sounds like I feel like Joe would shine in Vegas. Like
he would, but
that's
the
Joe
area.
Joe's not a flyer. He will fly. And he's better than me because I just won't. Joe will, but doesn't like it.
Right.
And getting like a train or some sort of public transit to Vegas from Florida was not going to be an easy task.
Has he not heard of Lyft?
What a
How much is a lift from Miami to Las Vegas?
Ryan, are you a no-fly guy?
I've never flown. I'm not opposed to it. I just have nowhere to fucking go.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's true. Joe works with it being Easter weekend, a getting off of work at a restaurant establishment was going to be very difficult.
Yeah, that's tough.
So
Joe plays Jesus in the church nativity.
Well, there's that. I didn't want to give up the secret. I didn't want.
It's the Cracker Barrel nativity.
He's Jesus not have a shirt on.
I didn't.
Why is his chest so hairy?
I was going to say, man, like Vegas right now, like I don't know what the Echo. What is the weather in Las Vegas?
Sounds nice.
Hot as balls.
93 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun.
Like
Tonight,
that
you can
that
expect mostly clear
okay,
skies.
Echo, stop.
With a low...
Like that feels like Joe weather. Like that feels like top off bare chest weather. I don't know because I don't do that.
That's definitely shirtless Jesus weather.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Charlie checking in with us. What's going on, Charlie?
Hi, Chuck.
It's weather that Jesus would come back for.
It sure is.
There it is.
He'd be dressed appropriate too. Light color, sandals. He'd fit right in.
Linens.
Yeah.
But did he go through the proper processes to get here legally?
It's a good point.
This world is not his home. He's just a passing through. So
that's true. We don't like him here. But all right, before we get into some of the discussion points, we actually have two blind rankings. One of them submitted by Devin. Listener Devin, hit us on the email. Don't look at that upset, Matt.
Did you run through spell check?
I did. I think Google took care of that. I had Google translate it 14 times, so I think we're
opening Pandora's box here, Jim.
We are. So you can really what we want you to do.
Can we guess what Devin?
You can. What I want people to do. This isn't a voicemail submission, but I want you to go to the voicemail 717-473-7833. Leave us a message. Wrestling stuff for Thursday. Anything else on Tuesday? We do have a voicemail submission for Tuesday this week. Yeah, no, Tuesday.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. No, Mark's not here. Fuck him. Erase, strike that from the record.
It's gone. It didn't happen. So you can hit us. You can hit us on the voicemail. Devin didn't do that. He did email us 3countthursday@gmail.com.
Devin, you can call after 7:00. Points are free.
God, those were the fucking days, man. Try explaining that to a young person today.
Free evenings and weekends.
Yeah, nights and weekends were free. Don't call during the day.
I think Devin is trying to have us blind rank colors.
Jesus Christ. Can you do me a favor, Big Jim? Can you put the voicemail line back on? Because I have a call to action right now at the beginning of the show.
There you go. Let's do it.
If you have two eyes or one eye, or you can see or you can hear my voice, 717-473-7833. I want everyone to leave a voicemail, and here's your topic. I want your hottest of hot takes of what's going to happen in Vegas WrestleMania weekend. We will voice them all off, and I'll even do this because I'm the proprietor of the Wrestler of the Week. If your hot take comes to fruition over WrestleMania weekend, you get to be the people's champ. Multiple champs. We can do multiple champs, baby.
Love it.
Tons of champs.
Tons of champs. Now it's got to be hot.
Be like ECW in the mid-90s. Everybody's a champ.
there's gonna be wrestling in Vegas. That's not a hot take.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
That's Bush League shit.
But
That's
if you're like
AJ Christian shit. Don't bring that weak shit here.
If you're like John's, you can't use this one because I'm stealing it. John Cena's debuting new music at WrestleMania.
Hot as shit.
There you go.
Hot.
There you go.
Yes.
That's
again,
a great
that's for
example.
folks with one eye or two eyes, or can. So what if they can't read that? Do we have the number in Braille,
I
Jim?
said it out loud.
I don't. When we ship out our Christmas pamphlets in the fall, we will have Braille on the
4 dots in a square, 1 dot upper left, 4 dots in a square. That's 717.
There you
Got
go.
Covered there.
I did not know that. So yeah, hit us up again on the voicemail. It's also in the episode description. It's on our social media, so hit us up 717-473-7833. So Ryan,
you're telling everybody to suck me.
You're fluffing the hair. You're fluffing the hair. Ryan, it is not a colors blind ranking. Big Mac was in the comments. He guessed shapes.
Ooh.
Also not shapes.
Could
it
be
is not
shapes.
Big Mac asked, can he just come out to basic thugonomics? He could. That wouldn't count for the hot take, though.
How are you going to miss this comment?
Well, I was going to get there. Devin has 3 eyes.
No, you don't, you dumb bitch.
Matt or Tim, you guys want to take a guess at Devin's hot take topic?
Dude's named Dick.
No. Great guess. It is
one.
not dude's named Dick.
Numbers 1 through 5.
Great guess. Also not numbers 1 through 5. Devin is bringing us WrestleMania opening matches. WrestleMania
Okay.
opening
Right,
matches.
I'm not going to know any of these.
I think you will. We will start Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10.
5.
1.
2.
Probably should have seen that coming. So we got a 1 and 2 and a 5. So somewhere in the middle would be like a 3.
No, my 5's not going to weight it down that hard. Tim, why is it 1? Right off the rip?
Because it is universally known as the greatest opener in WrestleMania history.
All right. Involving who again?
Anyone. There's been 40 WrestleManias, and this is the greatest opening match of all 40 of them.
Minus a point for Bret Hart, number 2.
All right.
Fair enough.
We got it.
Hey, Shawn Michaels was never in an opener at WrestleMania, so you're never going to get
He was. He opened with Tatanka at WrestleMania 9.
Oh, yeah.
1.
No one counts that.
That documentary hits Peacock tomorrow, by the way, the WrestleMania 9.
Why do you hate Native Americans, Tim?
I don't. No, well, if I'm George Carlin, nobody here is really native. Everybody comes across the land bridge or whatever, unless you're from Africa.
Wow.
All right, thanks.
I'm just repeating what George Carlin said.
You can't
Africans
do that
are
in
the only people that are
2025.
native.
Yeah, I don't think we
can.
I'm not sure if we can, but
Yes, you can.
We'll power on. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania 30.
This would have been 2, but now we can't.
5.
I spite put this at 1 because I'm just trying to get in my head of like what other openers are there that are going to come close to these 2.
Devin, you don't get to blind rank your own blind rank.
Yeah, you're not a blind ranker.
You already know what's
now.
Big
Mac did put the first match at 1. Big Mac got it right. He puts this one at 3.
How do you know he got it right, Jim? You're fucking spoiling the whole game.
Well, no, in my opinion, he got it right.
You know what? 1. Daniel Bryan, Triple H. 1.
It's really good.
And Tim, you said 1?
In spite.
Well, how
Right.
you can't put it at 2. You know how these games work, Tim. We've done these every week.
I wanted to put the right answer at 1, and somebody went 5 like a dickhead.
Who did that?
Mark.
1.
1. All right, we got this one. So we got 1 and 2 out of the way. 3, 4.
This one's number 2. This one's a real number 2, but it didn't have Bret Hart, so it goes up a spot. Number 1.
But it does have Triple H, so it should come down, but it doesn't.
All right, 3.
Well, no,
No.
it's already. I already wrote it down. It's 1.
1.
Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 21.
That's a 3.
3.
Sure, I've never watched that match ever.
I just
Really?
recently watched it. It's a 3.
Is that Hollywood? They went Hollywood? Is that 21?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to. Okay, I'm going to make you a Silver Linings playbook. Or I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I'm making you a
will never
playlist.
have enough gumption to do it on my own unless you are there making me watch it. I'll never watch it.
That's not true. I sat you. I was with you for AEW Dynasty, and you literally just sat here and said you don't remember anything.
I don't.
So then, what's the point of you watching it if you're not going to remember?
Big Mac has this one at 4.
I thought the MJF match was pretty good.
All right, this one is a 3. 4 and 5 are left.
More?
We have AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 33.
5.
I can't believe we're going to put Shane McMahon at 5.
The best
We are.
in the world.
All right, so that leaves only number 4. We'll recap here while Greg Hamilton's talking. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10 is 2. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania 30 is 1. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 21 is 3. AJ Styles versus the best in the world, Shane McMahon.
I want to guess what he has. I want to guess what he has as the
WrestleMania
5th
33
match.
is 5.
Shane McMahon.
My gut is telling me this is
Draws versus Al Snow.
Seth Rollins, Brock at 35.
Or Seth Drew at 40.
All right, is that an official guess?
That's my official guess. 30.
Ryan's official guess.
Or please don't be John Cena versus Austin Theory from 39.
Oh shit, that did open up.
Now is that the opening match of night 1 or night 2?
Well, technically, there's 2 openers since there's 2 main events because it's a 2-night event.
It's true.
You're really testing me.
Matt, was that your official guess?
16.
Tim, is that your official guess?
Sure.
Tim gets it right. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 40 Night 2 is your number 4.
Yep.
WrestleMania opener. I also brought a blind ranking. We're going to go junk food WrestleMania matches. What I consider junk food WrestleMania
I thought you
matches.
just was going to have us rank junk food, and I was going to be real happy.
Well, maybe that'll be
Wait for the Tuesday show.
That'll be a Tuesday topic.
Unfortunately, I have prior engagement.
Well, we'll save it. We'll save it for next week.
That's okay.
I
Just
won't
go ahead.
be here next week.
All right, but we will start.
Match of WrestleMania 40, and they called it the first. I don't fucking get it either. The 16th match of the entire WrestleMania 40. How is that the first? I don't get it.
Look at Ryan. Look at Ryan imitating his favorite wrestling online pundit, JD from New York.
Oh no, is that something he does?
Did you not? Did you?
I don't watch real wrestling. Why would I watch fucking people talk about it, Tim?
Because it's on social media and it would come up. But he went on this tirade about how Tony Khan's a hack or whatever. But as he's talking to the microphone, every so often he would turn away from the camera and like scream at someone else.
Yeah, that's my
and then
manager.
He would come back and then he would scream at someone else. And I'm like,
was he actually screaming at somebody else, or is it just him talking? Because
I believe he's screaming at his guilty conscience.
the
Off to
thing
the
behind
side.
his weird like green screen fucking.
It's like an Eminem, Dr. Dre scenario.
Never mind. It doesn't even fucking
Go ahead.
More.
No, go ahead.
Go on.
Floor is yours. Floor is lava.
Let's
Break
talk
it down.
Let's talk about what were you talking about? Junk food?
WrestleMania matches.
Junk food WrestleMania matches. We will start
I don't
at
even know what that means. What does that even mean?
just
Junk
kind
food
of
WrestleMania matches?
Bad matches that you can't
that you
not
kind of
get
love
enough of.
Yeah, just not a normal match. An oddball, an odd flavor. It's just a labeler that I put on there.
Okay.
Don't overthink it. WrestleMania 7, the blindfold match between Jake the Snake Roberts and Rick Martel.
I would consider that like a sugar baby.
Okay.
So a 4.
Yeah.
That was where my head was.
All right. Lock it in at 4.
God, I think you have the decoder pen for how I'm going to be answering this.
Next one, we will go to the to WrestleMania 17, the Gimmick Battle Royal.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
1.
2.
We got a 2. We got a 1.
I was guessing that Ryan would have the peanut butter cup at 2.
Oh no, I would have that at 1.
Okay.
Reese's Pieces.
Pieces would be a 2.
I would put pieces below the cup. Yeah.
Oh, then Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 1.
Okay.
All right. Lock it in.
I have watched that match more times than I care to admit.
Iron Sheik still hasn't made it to the ring, by the way.
Well, yeah, he did. At
waddling.
WrestleMania 37, he made it to the ring.
That's right. That's right. All right, next one, WrestleMania 36, the Firefly Funhouse match. Bray Wyatt and John Cena.
2.
2 or 3.
Reese's Pieces.
So a 2.
2.
All right, lock it in at 2. The next one, we go to WrestleMania 12, the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. Roddy
This would've
Piper
been 2.
versus Gold Dust.
What's left?
3.
3.
3 and
We
5.
We have 3 and 5.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
not 5. So it's
It's
3.
just a middle of the road candy that I can't think about right now.
Whatchamacallit.
A baby Ruth.
A baby Ruth.
Milky Way.
I like Milky Way. Baby
Right,
Ruth. is
better than the
great.
Reese's, though.
No.
See, like the baby Ruth,
Ruth.
is a subpar Snickers.
That's
Ruth.
correct. Baby
Baby
Ruth.
That's a
Ruth.
great descriptor. That's a
Baby
great descriptor.
Ruth?
All right,
That
so
leaves number 5.
So we have the Gimmick Battle Royal at 1, the Firefly Funhouse match at 2, Hollywood Backlot Brawl at 3, the Blindfold match at 4. So that leaves WrestleMania 15, the Brawl for All final between Butterbean and Bart Gunn is your number 5 junk
Yeah.
food WrestleMania match.
That's about as good as Good and Plenty that spilled open in the bathroom floor of a fucking busy movie theater.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you right now, I would probably watch that Brawl for All match before I watch any of the other 4 matches we just listed.
Well, the
Just for-
beauty of the Brawl
just
for All
time,
match
right?
is it's 8 seconds long.
No, I just love watching Bart Gunn like come as close to death as possible at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Butterbean just, oh my God.
He
just knocked that guy's block off, dude.
What an awful concept.
yeah.
They
Not,
just punch dudes for real.
Let's
not
take
smart.
this guy that fake fights and put him in with a real fighter who's been real fighting for like his entire professional career.
Well, yeah, but like Bart Gunn had like 3 real fights in the Brawl for All tournament, so he was more than ready.
Yo, Bart Gunn's knockout on JBL. That shit's nasty.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who all he fought in the way. I think it was Mark Marrow in the first round. He fought the Godfather in the second round, knocked Godfather out.
And Godfather was like a shoot fighter too at one time, right? Like he boxed.
Godfather or JBL were like Dr. Death was also in it.
So the opening round
Was Godfather.
Mark Marrow defeated Steve Blackman. Bradshaw defeated Mark Canterbury.
Mark Canterbury.
It's Henry Godwin.
Savio Vega defeated Brackus. Draws defeated Road Warrior Hawk. Bart Gunn
Well,
defeated
Road
Bob
Warrior
Holly.
Hawk was probably drunk that night.
Probably.
Bob Holly.
Bart Gunn defeated Bob Holly. Dr. Death Steve Williams beat Quebecer Pierre.
He's got one eye. He's a miracle of science.
Right. The Godfather defeated Dan Severn, and Scorpio defeated 8 Ball.
This is fake. Godfather beat legit multiple time Ultimate Fighting Championship guy Dan Severn.
How old was Dan Severn during this?
Old enough to not get his ass whooped by Charles Wright.
Apparently not. And then Bradshaw defeated Mark Marrow. Draws defeated Savio Vega. Bart Gunn defeated Steve Williams. The Godfather defeated Scorpio. Bart Gunn defeated the Godfather. Bradshaw defeated Draws. And then Bart Gunn defeated Bradshaw. And then Bart Gunn lost.
So was the end game was just go get your brain rattled by Butterbean? Like that's what the end game was?
Yep.
Originally, though, because I believe the whole Brawl for All was built around Dr. Death. And everybody thought Dr. Death was going to win internally. And the thought is that Dr. Death's going to win Brawl for All and catapult him into the main event of the WWE.
Gotcha.
But because it wasn't Dr. Death, and it ended up being Bart Gunn, immediately everybody balked on this half of the Smoking Guns is WWE main eventer. No, man, we got to figure something else out.
What was Bart Gunn doing otherwise? He just wasn't there, right? Like he was just a singles run. By that time, the Smoking Guns were broken up, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if this was. I believe this was after. I'm trying to remember if it was before or after the new Midnight Express.
Okay.
If everybody remembers Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Bob.
I think that was I think this might have been after. But let me see if I can.
Is Billy Gunn with the New Age Outlaws at this time, probably?
Yes.
Or is he...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at WrestleMania 14, isn't it him and Road Dogg versus Cactus and Chainsaw in the dumpster match?
How the fuck would I know?
You don't remember these things, Ryan?
I remember a dumpster match.
Yes. I'm trying to remember.
Was that 14 or 15?
You could have asked me what Mania that was. I'd have said like 23. I had no fucking clue.
No, wasn't 15. The
Outlaws time or direction.
So the Outlaws were together, but they were not a part of DX because the Outlaws don't join DX.
WrestleMania 14, Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie defeated the New Age Outlaws in a dumpster match.
But they were not DX.
Was that Philly? Or was the 15 was Philly?
15 was Philly.
This was Boston.
Yeah, 14 was Boston. But the Outlaws don't join DX until the night after WrestleMania when Shawn's leaves.
Gone. Right.
Triple H cuts that promo. You go to your family. You go to the clique, and then out walks
comes back.
Six-Pack Waltman, and then he tells Eric Bischoff, "You really suck, pal."
I mean, was he wrong?
Yeah,
wrong. But let's see. Big Mac says, "Don't be talking that mess about Charles Wright. He's part of Taker's crew."
Cool. Just because you can play dominoes, don't mean you gonna do anything else. Yeah, there is what.
Devin confirmed it was WrestleMania 14. Thank you, Devin.
Thanks. After we worked that out,
finally ranking his numbers.
14. Oddly enough, the 14th best number.
And also, oddly enough, with 14, it's week 14.
Since John Moxley and Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These five guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
All right, week number 14, as we did square everything up that we missed on the Tuesday show this week, so we're all caught up. Ryan, since you watched wrestling this week, why don't you lead us off? Who's your wrestler of the week this week?
Whew. Boy, this was a tough choice. A lot of really good decisions being made there in the AEW. It was awesome to see Swerve finally beat John Moxley and not have the ending ruined by the Young Bucks. However, I'm going to have to go with Adam Cole defeating Daniel Garcia to become the new TBS and or TNT, whichever one it is, champion over there in AEW in a hard-fought match that was just great to watch.
The TBS.
TNT.
No, TNT. Women's TBS. Look. When you name your titles after a TV network, you can get it screwed up, okay?
No, not really. One's held by dudes, one held by chicks.
Okay, in my defense.
Jim doesn't see gender.
In my defense, this past Sunday was one of the first times I watched AEW in a while. So,
yeah.
In my defense. Tim, why don't you give us your wrestler of the week this week?
There was a ton of cool stuff that happened in AEW, but there's one cool thing that happened outside of AEW that has been all over social media, TikTok or whatever. Did y'all see Braun Breaker saw a motherfucker in half with a spear on Raw? Because that shit was dope. Give me Braun Breaker.
Nice.
Yo, he was in the air for like 4 seconds, did a front flip. That shit was awesome.
He's a lot of fun.
That entire pick was very Pat McAfee of you.
Thank you.
I mean,
Tim Taylor's big night out coming up.
Saw it 2027. Give me Braun Breaker.
Because I don't pay a lot of attentions to the Pat McAfee. What the hell was the big night?
It was literally just a hangout. He charged like literally like low, but like I think all tickets are $25.
Okay.
He sold out the basketball arena in Indianapolis, I think.
Oh, I thought that was
or Pittsburgh. I forget which. I think it was probably Indy.
He's from Pittsburgh. I know he lives in Indy, but
yeah, so it might have been Pittsburgh.
Okay,
but literally was just like a big hangout.
Okay, I just saw drunk Michael Cole almost fall down the stairs, which was pretty fun.
And Jelly Roll covered some song.
Really?
I thought that was a Jelly Roll concert. Oh, Sixth Renegade. Actually, a really good cover.
Really?
Jelly Roll did Renegade.
All right, I might have to.
What sports team? What sports team plays that song?
The Memphis Maniacs.
I have no idea.
Shout out to the XFL.
If it would be like the Pacers, like if it would be in Indy, I don't know.
That would be a Pacers thing to do.
Matt, who is your wrestler of the week this week?
Well, I was gonna go with Adam Cole, Bebe, but anytime
Steelers.
Stupid.
So they were in Pittsburgh.
Anytime someone can take a belt off of Chris Jericho, they will be my wrestler of the week. Congratulations, Bandito.
Very good. That's a good choice. I almost took him, but I will also go with Pennsylvania's own, Lancaster County's own Adam Cole, Bebe.
He's from Panama Beach, Florida.
He is from Manheim, Pennsylvania. Okay.
No,
I don't care where he's the man's build from.
Yeah, Adam Cole is from Panama.
You really should.
The dude that plays Adam Cole is from Lancaster County.
Oh, God.
Jim, known Austin Jenkins fan.
Huge fan. Mark, this just in. Mark's pick is CM Punk for promo. He had a promo on SmackDown.
That actually checks out.
No, he did. He cashed in his favor with Paul Heyman. So that is.
Oh, so we had a promo.
Yeah, that's.
And then he got Paul Heyman caught in the line of fire and almost got his head stomped in.
Things happen.
Well,
Mike, Big Mac confirmed was in Pittsburgh where the Penguins play. So more people probably there to see Pat McAfee than there have been to watch the Penguins play this year. So.
Capitals finally have a good season and Jim's on his high horse again.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's more that the Penguins suck real bad. I've been waiting for this. I've been laying low, not really. But
look, hockey season is the only time Big Jim can gloat because the Orioles are going to collapse. The Cowboys ain't shit.
There's no gonna. They have. What's a collapse when you never get off the ground? Like
Season's already over.
What is that? Tim, you probably know, being a Braves fan. What do you call that when you're just terrible right out of the gate?
I don't know. We've won a championship in the last 5 years. Suck my ass.
See, Jim, I think you're just trying to get it on the ground level.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
That's all you're trying to do. You're going to be all right. You're going to be okay.
There ain't no need for all that talk. Bloopers the man.
By the way, like I've spent this long as an Orioles fan. I know what it's like to live down here. Like this is where we're comfortable. The last couple of years when you win like 100 games, that's unfamiliar territory. That's weird business. This is we're home. We're normal. We're a warm blanket. We're that old comfy hoodie you put on for the first time in late September. We're back home, baby.
Where's my blanket? I'm cold.
I'm trying to do some math. 5 plus 8 is what?
13.
13. Okay. We've played 2 less games than you, but we have 1 more loss than you.
Tim, he's not fighting you on this. I don't
Right.
think.
Warm blanket, bud.
I just want to know where the shade's coming from. If you're at the why are we throwing mud at each other?
I think the Braves were the last team to get a win. Like it's not like you're started
Jim,
well.
hockey guy scores some rebounded some goals that were pucks bounced off of him at a high rate of speed to score.
Stop that.
I saw he couldn't even keep his feet after he scored the goal. He just collapsed to the ice.
The ice was bad in Long Island. The Islanders thought the season already ended, so they turned the
ice was bad.
They turned the ice making equipment off, and the ice was melting because the Islanders have already packed it up for the year. But it's okay. He got it. He got the record. Next step is 900. That'll happen. All right. Where are we at?
They're not even going to let him enjoy his retirement
for Jim's
wheeling him out there.
Disappointment when the Capitals do not win the Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Tucci.
We've had that conversation, and he happily took the record over a Capitals championship. That is correct. You would have
correct. I said I wanted Ovi to get the record
over a championship that the entire team can enjoy.
Because they need to be greedy.
Yeah, I mean, would I love them to win a cup? Absolutely. I'd like another banner up here. I would certainly take another one.
Sure.
But if it doesn't happen this year, it doesn't happen this year. There's plenty of other years. Like, here's the deal. Like, John Cena winning world title number 17. I want that to happen this year, like the goals record. Because there's other years where Seth Rollins can main event again, even though he's main eventing again. It's a bad example. Jey Uso could main event another year. You know, Rhea Ripley could main event another year. But John Cena, world title 17.
Who's saying that Jey Uso isn't main eventing?
Well,
this year, because the main event could be at any part of the night or other night. I mean, it could be anywhere.
It could. But if you
who are you to take that distinction away from Jey Uso?
If you're somebody,
son of a bitch,
if you're somebody who believes that a main event is the last match of the evening or the show, both nights combined, then I want John Cena in my main event 17.
Why are you still fighting Tim on this?
What?
You guys are both equally bad, Jim. Just let it go.
What do you mean? I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. I'm just saying.
What? Yeah. The Orioles and
they stink. Yeah, we know. I good. It's good.
Who's your team, Tim? I wasn't paying attention. Braves, right? The Braves. You just had all the Indian stuff, didn't you? You just like really navigated to the whole Native American thing for a while. Yet you hate them. It's so weird.
Phillies Braves 1-1 right now. So
weird.
We'll find a way. Don't worry.
All right. Let's keep it moving on here. And I forgot Mark has to stamp the. There we go.
That was your wrestler of the week.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Mark. Let's go to this.
The 3 count question of the week.
So in the build to WrestleMania, which has taken quite a long time this year. I think this is the latest WrestleMania has ever been. We came on the heels of Elimination Chamber, which is the first day or first weekend of March. So we've had 7 weeks between Chamber and WrestleMania. We're still formulating the card to Mania, which is now 9 days away. And the build for some matches has been really good. Some have just heated up over the last couple of weeks. There's some matches who've really had no build whatsoever. So has there been too much time between Chamber and WrestleMania? Does the gap need to be smaller between the two pay-per-views?
Not if you bring back Fastlane.
Oh, that's a great point. I don't have that sounder anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, rest in peace, Fastlane sounder.
So sad.
When did we veto that one off the board?
I feel like we said they've canceled the show. It's never going to be a show again called Fastlane. So
yeah,
we'll never bring it up.
Last year or the year before.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Boy, that one pissed me off for a minute too. For some
He
reason,
used to get
You
so
really
mad.
hated Fastlane.
I just hated it
More or less than Great Balls of Fire.
more.
I feel like it was
I
more
hated it
probably
more.
because of the sounder.
No, it wasn't the. It was just such a fucking hokey name. Like we get it. We're on the road to WrestleMania. You don't have to fucking keep making street and or car and or road driving puns. Like
Roadblock, fast lane.
right? Come on. Who are you?
Sharp curve.
Right. Honest to God.
How did they
Yield,
never
yield
do
to pedestrian Thursday? It's stupid. Get fucking dumb. Jim, what was your question? Whatever the answer is to move the segment along is my choice.
Has there been too much time between Chamber and Mania?
I want to say yes, but we also have complained in the past of them shoehorning so many shows in to like a small period of time. I just think it's dumb to have WrestleMania this late in the year.
I think that's probably my bigger
I
problem
think
with
that's
it.
it too. Let's have it on Easter. What the?
Yeah, that's a bad
I
choice.
mean,
Next,
the logic was to avoid the March Madness finals, right? It wasn't
right, which was this week, right?
Correct.
well. The championship game was Monday.
Right. So
And
WrestleMania
everybody was excited to watch the Gators and the University of Houston.
it was Houston. It was
Right.
Houston. But like also that's on a well, I guess your WrestleMania Monday would be competing against.
I mean,
so
the
more
final four games were on Saturday night.
Okay. So I mean, it could have been April this weekend. Was it the 12th? Could have been literally a week sooner. Could have been the week prior.
I appreciate what WrestleMania is doing for it being on Easter because they're trying to be as flexible as possible with travel. They understand that people already take time. There's already a holiday in that time. There's time that people can take off and not have to book PTO.
Sorry, Charlie. We spoiled the. I know you probably had it on your DVR. The college basketball. My bad.
Literally 5 days ago.
That's on us.
But yeah, so I can understand why you would do it on Easter just for like that. But it does feel it's not too long. It is too late.
Okay.
But my problem is that there's, for as much time as there's been from the Royal Rumble to Mania or Elimination Chamber to Mania, they did not waste any time answering questions that they could have stretched until like Jay and Charlotte did not have to make a choice on who they were facing until Elimination Chamber. So you could have had drama from the Royal Rumble to Chamber as to who are they going to choose. And then they can choose the week before Elimination Chamber. You get Elimination Chamber, and that's how you know like who's going to face who. It also didn't help that like one of the main events.
Why didn't choose then, Tim? Why not choose the day before WrestleMania, and the person that won the Chamber just gets the other champion?
Well, because we got to move some tickets, brother.
But you know who it's going to. You know it's going to be one of these champions and one of these challengers.
Well, Charlotte wanted to get her match pick in so she could have another facelift before.
Now, Jim, that's not appropriate.
It's not.
It's okay.
Not
But
what's wrong with
yeah,
that?
I feel like in certain instances they speed ran through the run. In other instances, they took their time for the run. In other times, they just found out that the race was starting tomorrow.
Right, because there's like we don't have a women's US title, right? Is that even going to be a thing at Mania?
That's a SmackDown. That's a WrestleMania SmackDown.
The women's
I've ever
tag
heard
team titles will be on the line.
Okay.
But there's a gauntlet match on SmackDown.
Yeah, right. Where the two women who were fighting for the Intercontinental title are teaming together.
Yes. As is the way.
Love that. So Chelsea Green will probably get a WrestleMania SmackDown. Lyra will probably get a WrestleMania Raw for the Women's Intercontinental.
So you know how they just made the big deal about the SmackDown Tag Team Champions #1 contenders being Motor City Machine Guns?
I don't know that.
There's talks about putting that match on Friday Night SmackDown before Mania.
All
Why?
I want is the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial.
I love the accidental phrasing, but I love calling it a battle memorial.
Yeah, I love that.
Hey, do you remember who won the battle memorial last year?
Yes. Cesaro.
That was the second.
Okay. All right.
First. Wasn't it the first?
Was he the first?
I think he won the first. He eliminated Big Show.
Yes.
Right after Big Show turned heel.
Everyone for the third time that match.
Yeah.
I think everyone thought it was going to be
cried 4 times, turned heel 3 times.
Filmed 2 episodes of his
The
sitcom.
Big Show. I still only ever watched 1 episode of that.
It's
You were-
so
you were
bad.
smart.
It wasn't good.
It was not good.
It
I bet
wasn't good.
Netflix doesn't even carry it anymore. It was that bad.
That's a great question. Yeah, Big Mac's pissed. He said the reason he one of really the big reason why he's not going to Mania this year is because of the it moving to Easter weekend. Yeah, it's a week earlier, or it's not Easter weekend next year when it's in New Orleans. Charlie says 3 weeks in Europe didn't help in his opinion. The crowds were fantastic, but they weren't going to do anything of importance until they came back stateside.
They literally used the entire European tour to build Cody versus Cena, but they did nothing on the European tour.
I think Tim just
Cody and John Cena have never been face to face in the United States except for Elimination Chamber, but they didn't do anything during the
That
European
wasn't
tour.
even in the United
I am begging
States. That
Devin
was
to
in-
watch television.
That was in Toronto. That wasn't even in the U.S.
That wasn't even in the
Go fuck yourself.
You've now turned me into Don Vito.
Happened.
That's a TikTok right there. Let me just get that timestamp. Okay.
I'm still waiting for you to tell me who won the Andre last year.
Braun Strowman.
This is
He
a
won
trick
it in
question, right?
2020. He won it in 35.
Oh yeah, there
That
wasn't
was
one
not a
last
trick
year.
question.
There
No.
wasn't one last year. There absolutely
There
was
was
not.
one last year.
No, there wasn't.
It was Andrade.
No.
There was on SmackDown, wasn't it?
We watched it in the hotel.
We've absolutely. All right, let me think here. Let me think.
Oh, we did.
Was it Matt Hardy?
We did.
I have no idea.
It was Big Bronson Reed.
Good job, Google.
There you go.
My fucking hands are right there.
Right now.
The old hand checker.
I didn't Google that.
Oh, hold on. Who said it in the comments?
Oh, did somebody say it? I have it. I honest to God, I
No,
have it
you're
on full
not.
screen.
I
I was just gonna keep naming large wrestlers.
Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, I guess, was made official this afternoon.
Spoiler
It's
alert!
been,
Thanks.
in my mind, it's been official for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it at this point, it just kind of feels like we know what matches we're getting. It's when the WWE officially announces them.
An awful match.
Is he a pirate now? What the fuck's going on with the eye patch?
Ooh.
Okay. Do you want me?
Drew
So during the-
McIntyre, he's
during the
rocking his fucking
European-
pirate patch.
During the European tour, there was a
Or
backstage
they didn't
brawl.
do anything.
Yes, there was a backstage brawl with him and Damian Priest.
Don't
Damian Priest.
talk down to me like this, Tim. It's not
I'm
because
not.
of you.
I'm not talking
You are.
down to you.
You are, and
No.
it's upsetting. Everybody
No.
knows he got fucking choke slammed in the back of a car and real glass got in his eye.
Front of the car, but
What the
that's
fuck
okay.
ever.
I assumed he sat and watched one of his own matches and
Ow, God.
Gouged his eyes out.
He got halfway through the job and it's like, oh, this hurts too much.
Wait,
Sat down, the kilt was a little too small.
Charlie
to
says
punch
you
him
got
in the
3
eye.
weeks of promos, Tim. Settled down.
does he not know why I went off?
Wait, I don't know why he went off.
Devin said that the European tour did nothing to help WrestleMania.
Charlie said that.
Charlie said that.
Yeah.
And now he's
Charlie
answering.
said I needed to settle down because I got 3 promos. When my whole point was Devin said that the European tour did nothing for WrestleMania.
Charlie said that.
Oh, Charlie said that, not Devin.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's even worse. I expected more out of you, Charlie. I expect that sort of dumbass shit from Devin, but instead I get it from you. You're an educated man. You read.
Oh, come on.
2025. You read.
You read.
And you come in here with this bullshit? No, thank you.
Devin's just catching strays. Is minding his own
because
business.
I just expect him to say some horse caca.
Just cleaning his tripod, and you're just. He's just.
I apologize, Devin. I will yellow card myself. Charlie gets all this P and V.
Wait,
You know damn well Devin's just there cleaning his bobblehead collection, being like, "What are they talking about me for?" Working on his silo of the bobblehead or whatever.
They weren't doing anything of importance until they came.
Jack Perry showed up and sprinkled real glass into the eye of Truman.
That'll happen.
Oh my god! If he comes back and he's the wild card against Hangman Page,
I want it to happen just to watch you get mad.
I'm going to literally jump out of a window head first.
Dang.
A barbershop window myself.
There you go, Tony. There's your Tim laying down the gauntlet. Yeah, I think it's not even necessarily the amount of time. It's just I think Mania feels very late. Like Mania it should be a March or like the first weekend of April.
I saw Tim in heaven.
Oh my god.
Oh,
boy.
A sneaky little bastard he is.
Big Mac says, well, now I know what I'm rooting for. Let's go, Jack Perry.
Hey.
Wow.
Golly.
Dang.
I don't have to take this bullshit. I'm out of here. Here we go.
Oh, all right. Don't show up for the Tuesday show, Tim.
I won't.
Okay. See you Tuesday, Tim.
See you never.
See you never.
If Jack Perry shows up, sounds like it.
I'm literally jumping.
All right. Last thing for this week. I wanted to do something Mania themed. I think we've done greatest match lists. We've done different things. But kind of along the theme of the junk food Mania. Yes, Ryan.
Real quick. AEW had a pay-per-view last week. I just wanted to put that out there because I know we weren't going to cover it, but okay, go ahead with your segment.
They did. They did.
I just wanted to make sure it was announced that we know AEW wrestled on TV and things had happened. The end.
I mean, we talked about some of that during our Wrestler of the Week.
Wrestler of the Week.
A little bit of it. That was enough, right? It was enough. Don't
Adam Cole won the True TV title, and Swerve didn't win the world title, and the Young Bucks stink, and Philadelphia went home upset.
Wow. That always happens.
Whether they got what they wanted or not.
February they didn't.
They still probably went home.
Well, that's probably true.
They didn't beat them by enough.
It was a short-lived excitement.
Devin, wow. Nobody fucking cares that there was an AEW pay-per-view last Sunday. Dang.
Dude, there was a lot. There was Tony Storm wrestling that bitch with the puppets.
No.
What else? Nope. Okay.
My God, you're a big bitch.
Puppet Ladies, Harley Cameron. She fought Megan Bain.
Harley Cameron wrestled Megan Bain. All right, who did?
No.
Who did Tony Storm wrestle?
Megan Bain.
Well, who's the puppet? Who's the puppet lady?
Cameron
she didn't
Harley.
wrestle anybody.
Oh. Thunder Rosa was there.
Didn't wrestle.
Charlie was getting ready to leave, but he heard us talking about AEW, so he had to come back. Balding Buck and Road Warrior Buck made their mild returns.
That one Buck is balding. I will give him that. There's a lot of balding there.
There's a lot of balding there. But yes, there was an AEW pay-per-view. Some of it was really good. Some of it wasn't. Well, there we go. We'll leave it at that. But a lot, kind of along the lines of the junk food WrestleMania matches, I presented a task to the group to bring your Mount Rushmore of feel good WrestleMania matches. Kind of if you're like,
fuck, we had homework.
We did have homework. Holy
I
shit.
told you about this
God damn it.
days ago.
If only we got a run sheet. God.
First off, I told you this outside of the run sheet, which you did get, but I told you about this even days before this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never any heads up.
I think I said this on Monday.
Okay, let's be very honest here. Does anybody have their homework done? Or we're all scrambling to do it? Okay, fuck.
No,
There's my homework.
Yep, I have mine.
It's blank.
Okay, I'll fucking just take off your guys'. Go ahead. We're fine. I'll pull a mark on this assignment and be fine.
Ryan, you can copy off of mine. Tim, you can copy off of Matt's.
So this is all 40 WrestleManias?
No, so this week we're doing 1 through 20.
I remember
there
something.
goes WrestleMania.
Now I don't have it set.
1 through 20. Next week we're going to do 21 through 40 because we're in this great pocket where we have the same number of matches in a split.
Feel good moments or feel good matches.
Charlie, it was a joke. You weren't actually leaving. I was just trying to make some effect.
Jim, if you have to explain the joke, it wasn't that funny.
Well, Charlie didn't get it apparently. While you guys are thinking about feel good WrestleMania matches, so anytime that you're like, hey, I haven't watched any wrestling in a while, not really in the mood for some new stuff, so let me throw on a classic. And you go to WrestleManias 1 through 20.
I don't know what's happening here. I typed in WrestleMania moments, and Yahoo Sports says the top 40 WrestleMania moments in WrestleMania history. And I'll just show you the pictures that they showed there. There it is.
Is that a fuck Will Levis for the Titans?
Yeah, it's a Titans player. We've got a basketball picture, and I guess the Masters. That's what's.
I mean, to be fair, if you're a Titans fan, you would actually probably prefer Will Levis to be a part of WrestleMania than your football team. But while you guys are doing some of your work here, I do. A friend of ours, we got 4 tickets to 3 Legacies Wrestling, and I want to make sure I get the date right on the show. This is for which show is this for? I should have looked this up. This is for the 3 Legacies, the Rising versus the Reigning, Saturday, April the 26th at the Ville Courts on the campus of Millersville University. We have 4 tickets, free to a good home. A friend of ours couldn't use them. He had gotten them and wanted to make sure they ended up in somebody's hands that wanted to go. So the first person to email us, 3countthursday@gmail.com. That's the number 3countthursday@gmail.com. If you want all 4, let us know. I'll send them your way. If you only want like 2 of them, then we'll put the other 2 out on social media as well. But the first opportunity to get all 4 for free in your hands, a night of free independent wrestling in Lancaster at the end of April. Hit us up, 3countthursday@gmail.com. They will be yours. So, all right. Feel good WrestleMania matches from WrestleMania 1 through WrestleMania 20. We'll go Matt, Tim, Ryan, and then myself. So, Matt, why don't you lead us off with your first match?
First match for me is from 17. Is Edge and Christian versus the Hardys versus the Dudleys.
Good.
TLC 2.
Very good. Tim?
That match has an infamous call of Jim Ross saying, Lita jerking Edge off the ladder. So good. Such a great. I know. For me, my number 1 is the number 1 greatest WrestleMania match of all time. It's so good. The WWE's putting it in the Hall of Fame. WrestleMania 13, Bret Hart, Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13.
Very good. Ryan?
Is this the top 5 or a Mount Rushmore?
Mount
Rushmore.
And then we're doing our number one first.
Yeah.
However you want to do it.
However you, I'm not telling you how to do it.
Okay, so it's just what's on the mountainside.
Yeah.
And what was the topic again? Just to make sure I fully understand.
Feel good.
Feel good.
Oh boy. I feel like I felt really good when the little Hulkster Ryan saw Hulk Hogan body slam that big old giant Andre at WrestleMania 3.
My God, you're a big bitch.
Yeah. I love that.
Get a lot of use out of that one.
I love that clip. It's
Yeah,
good.
that was going to be a good one.
It's good. No, mine, my first one is a match that was mentioned in Devin's blind ranking, and it's Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, the opening match to WrestleMania 10.
Of course. Shocker.
I mean, all right, Matt, your second match.
That was a real slobber knocker.
God, such an asshole.
My second one from the same WrestleMania 10, HBK versus Razor Ramon.
All right, Tim.
From the same WrestleMania as my first pick, WrestleMania 13. I understand that this is known as one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time, one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time, but I am taking Sid defending the title against The Undertaker. It's feel good, not great, feel good. And
That's awesome.
This is back when I gave a shit about Mark from Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm coming.
Ryan.
I'm going to preface this much like Tim did. This is feel good moments.
King Kong Bundy beating up the midgets, WrestleMania.
Okay, all right. I'd get some guff if I call that. Let me scratch that one out. I'm going to go to the next one on my list and come back. I'm going to have to go with, God, I hate to do it, WrestleMania 20. Seeing Chris Benoit finally win gold to end WrestleMania 20. So I'll go, Crispin.
Uh-oh.
I'd rather you talk about beating up midgets than that.
I get, dude.
We're splitting hairs here.
Like, dude, it
in the moment, looking back on it, it doesn't age well. But I watched. I was.
What are you
really
talking about? I
return.
just watched that Mania recently, and it's the Triple H and Shawn Michaels have a great match against the Invisible Man.
Okay.
Old Stevie Richards.
No, it was a fantastic match, and the moment itself, especially with Eddie winning the title, you know, with the title earlier in the night, like those
Spoiler
two embracing.
Well, did he win the title or did he retain the title?
He retained the title. He won it the month before. That was I stepped on myself on that one. But all right, my next one comes from the same Mania of Ryan's match, but it's The Undertaker versus Kane. Again, doesn't have to be a great match, but the return of that character in that style, like it's more about that than it is about the match itself. Like that's the reason that me and Ryan and our friend Russ bought the pay-per-view when we were at college in my freshman year, was for that moment. So yeah, that's a feel-good moment. Match was nothing to write home about. Matt, your third.
Gonna go back to 17 for that iteration of Austin versus Rock at WrestleMania.
Very good. Tim?
I'm going to go to WrestleMania 19, and I'm taking Rock Austin 3.
All right. Ryan?
I also had Undertaker Kane from WrestleMania 20 because it was the return of the dead man, and absolutely the pay-per-view that got me watching professional wrestling again after a pretty long period of inactivity for me. So seeing Taker come back in the Dead Man gimmick was pretty cool. So I will also put Taker Kane.
So we just need him to come back again, and that'll bring you right back, or no? Okay, just check it. My third, actually same as Tim's on this one. Stone Cold versus The Rock 3 at WrestleMania 19. Especially kind of in the aftermath, like knowing that it's his last match until a couple of years ago. Just the culmination of the story between the two over their careers was huge. So that's a feel good match for me. Matt, your fourth Mount Rushmore feel good WrestleMania match.
It is going back to 20. And while I do appreciate the Benoit moment that Ryan mentioned, I'd actually have Eddie retaining versus Kurt Angle as one of my feel good moments from WrestleManias.
Very good. Tim.
So I might have the oldest match on the list.
Okay.
My fourth feel good Mania match from the first 20 Manias goes all the way back to WrestleMania 2. And that is the NFL versus WWF Superstars Battle Royal. That match is so fun. It's dog shit, but it's fun. It's a battle royal. Andre's wearing those little yellow boys. The Hart Foundation are in there in the final three. The running gag of the Big John Studd versus Refrigerator Perry. Big Fridge like making his entrance triumphant in Chicago and jumping off the top rope and testing the weight limits of the ring. That shit was awesome.
Very good. Ryan, your fourth and final.
I came up with three. All right. What more do you want from me? I will go with the Yimmick Battle Royal from 17 because I truthfully have watched that multiple times. I will just on an idle Tuesday just seek it out and be like, I'm gonna watch this stupid. It's like 7 minutes long. It's exactly what I want for a silly WrestleMania moment.
Who always
and I feel good about it. Who wasn't in there, Jim? They got
what?
coming out there.
Okerlund and Heenan did commentary, right?
Yeah, there was like no rhyme or reason. It was just like as soon as old fat retired wrestler hit the ring, they just hit the music for the next guy.
Iron Sheik won by last eliminating Hillbilly Jim. Other participants: the Bushwhackers, Duke the Dumpster Drozy, Doink the Clown, Nikolai Volkov, Tugboat, The Goon, Earthquake, the Gobbledygooker, Brother Love, Michael Hayes.
Tom Wilson was in there.
What's that?
Tom Wilson was in there.
Kamala, Kimchi, Jim Cornette, Repo Man, and Sergeant Slaughter.
By the way, shout outs to Kamala, Ivan Koloff, and forgot the third fucking guy going into the Hall of Fame.
Buddy Lee Parker.
No, somebody just texted me it the other day. Probably the Take Three guy. It's taking me too long to scroll.
Somebody comment that. We're still live. You can comment.
Yeah.
And tell us via voicemail who that third person was.
And my last match, similar to Matt's Wrestler of the Week. Always a good time seeing Chris Jericho lose. I'm gonna go to WrestleMania 18 in a main event that got overshadowed by something on the undercard. Triple H defeating Chris Jericho to become the undisputed champion in the main event of WrestleMania 18.
Dory Funk Sr.
Dory Funk. And now for the comments from the Peanut Gallery.
I do want to make mention of one of them. I am going to take Devin to task here. That real famous match from WrestleMania 7, Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart.
No, Devin.
That was WrestleMania 8, my dude.
Devin.
Man. You fool.
You fool.
God, what is wrong with you?
Stupid idiot.
Hey, with knowledge like that, you're going to be primed to take a L in WrestleMania Jeopardy whenever we do it.
Never that happened. Never that happened. All right. Anything else, boys, before we...
Let's wrap this up before Mark shows up.
That's a good point. All right, we are going to get out of here. Thank you all for tuning in this week. We'll be back, of course, next week. We'll be previewing WrestleMania 41 weekend, NXT Stand and Deliver, and all of the festivities around that. Homework for those who will be here. Feel good WrestleMania matches 21 through 40 next week on the show. So
I already have my number one.
There you go. See, getting the homework done early. So you have time. Remember, you can always call us 717-473-7833. Leave us a voicemail. Again, Tim, present your challenge one more time to the audience.
Hottest of hot takes on what's going to happen at WrestleMania weekend, Saturday and Sunday only. Monday after WrestleMania don't count. Friday WrestleMania SmackDown don't count. Hottest take to happen at WrestleMania, you become people's champ.
Multiple champs. As long as they come to fruition and you're not a bitch when making them.
That's right.
You will be a people's champ next week. So make sure you're following along with us on all of our social medias. We're at 3 Count Thursday across the board. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Blue Sky, everywhere on your social medias. All of the podcast platforms as well. You can subscribe on YouTube. Please subscribe on the YouTube. We have content there. Not only our weekly shows, but some of our shorts as well. And you got our merchandise over at tpublic.com. Go grab an Angry Mark shirt, which has already sold, an Angry Mark coffee mug, which has already sold. So go ahead and grab that. And until next week, stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the pin.